Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live, and I'm so happy I broke out the girly drink tonight because I got two of my favorite ladies. What's up, Stormy? What's up, Steph?
Hello.
Tonight we're calling it
pay up.
We're calling it Ladies' Night because I'm letting the ladies lead tonight. We have two amazing women here as our guests, and we got two topics about ladies. And I thought, you know what, this is just weird for a bunch of dudes talking about these lady topics. So let's get some real female perspective, and some of mine, just because it's my channel. Sorry, I'm not a lady. But any lady, if you want to call in tonight, you're allowed. Ladies' Night, so the phone line's open for the ladies if they want to chime in on some of these topics. So happy to be here. See so many amazing people in the chat. What's up, everybody? Stormy, Steph, how are you guys doing? I'll go to you, Steph, first. How are you doing tonight? Everybody remember, it's late at night for Steph. She's whispering. She'll do an ASMR voice. Don't be mad at her. Go ahead, Steph, though. How are you doing tonight? What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm doing extremely well. I had some very, very good news at work earlier on this week. I got basically a promotion.
Woo!
Is the best way to explain it.
Yes.
So I am so happy and glad about that. And yeah, just been celebrating, chilling out, playing games, loading videos up on my channel. Yeah, just enjoying life.
Loving it. Loving it. Congrats again on that. Cheers to Steph, the alter nerd. Woo, woo, woo. Stormy, how's your week going?
Oh, it's going. Working two jobs as normal. I'm sorry. I'm the most boring one out of all the three of us. I just working the two jobs. That's about it. And playing games when I can. And then just doing a little bit of photo editing and everything else, helping out some streamers. But that's about it. How are you doing, Andy?
I'm doing great. If he's allowed, or if you make him wave a little bit. one of the men is waiting to try and chime in on Ladies' Night, impeding on what we're doing. But anyway, I defer to them. But so happy to be here, guys. We got
wow, you put me on the spot here because I'm just seeing it now.
I'll let Stormy make that call, or you can just make him sweat.
Okay.
Make him sweat for a bit. What I was going to say, though, we got two main topics to talk about tonight. Oh, look who's here. Is oh, I was hoping he had a wig on or something. Don,
I told him to.
Don, where's the wig?
All my wigs are in storage.
Oh, man. But you're on vacation, it looks like. Look at this.
That's right. If I can't wear my wig, I'm going tropical, baby.
Oh, my gosh. Well, welcome. The ladies allowed you to come in, but we're letting the ladies lead tonight. So I'm sure Don has no problem with that. But always good to have you, man. You're always welcome. But tonight we got two main topics that I wanted to hit on. That sounded creepy. To talk about. But let's get right to it, shall we, guys? You guys can get involved always in this chat. The way the live stream works is it's just we have fun. We hang out. Lots going on. Hey, sorry, I'm live now, so I'll have to talk to you later. Someone I was waiting to call. I just called and hung up on them, but told them I was live, so they can tune in and watch. The way the live stream works is you guys control the show. So mods have been putting a link out there. Thank you guys. Put the stream links out there, stream elements, and support the channel while also picking a topic that you want us to talk about. First part of the show will get trimmed for the main channel. The rest of it's always available in the replay. So thanks to all the members. If you want to help the channel, hit that join button. Become a member today. Helps Popcorn Planet. Helps me keep going. Helps the content keep going. And you become part of the Popcorn Planeteers. So thanks, everybody. All right. So tonight's main topics I thought we'd talk about for the main show here is this first one where why isn't it there? There it should be here now. There it is. Scarlett Johansson has now come forward and talked about the over-sexualization of Natasha Romanoff in Black Widow. And I want to go to a specific question in this interview where she talks about this. And I wanted to get your thoughts, guys. Okay, so there's sort of a sexualization of superheroes. How did that affect Black Widow? So here's the quote directly, because a lot of people are taking it out of context. Let's read it all. Yeah, it definitely has changed, and I think part of that change is probably, it's hard because I'm inside it, but probably a lot of that is actually from Me Too. Me Too, or as in Me Too? I actually didn't. What do you think she means there? I'll be 35 years old, and I'm a mom, and my life is different. Obviously, 10 years ago have passed, and things have happened, and I have much different, more evolved understanding of myself. As a woman, I'm in a different place in life, you know? And I felt more forgiving of myself as a woman, and sometimes probably not enough. I'm more accepting of myself, I think. All that is related to the move away from the kind of hypersexualization of this character. And I mean, you look back at Iron Man 2, and while it was really fun, had a lot of great moments in it, the character is so sexualized, you know? Really talked about like she's a piece of something, like a possession or a thing or whatever. like a piece of ass, really. And Tony even refers to her as something like that at one point. What does he say? I want some. I want some. Yeah. At one point, he calls out her. At one point, calls her a piece of meat, and maybe at that time actually felt like a compliment. You know what I mean? Because my thinking was different. Maybe I even would have, my own self-worth was probably measured against that type of comment. Or like a lot of young women, you come into your own and you understand your own self-worth. It's changing now. Now people, young girls, are getting much more positive messages, but it's been incredible to be part of that shift and be able to come out the other side and be a part of the old story and be a part of that old story, but also progress, evolve. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm curious what we all think of this. Do you guys agree? Do you feel like Natasha and Black Widow was just an overly sexualized piece of meat, piece of ass, as Scarlett ScarJo is calling it? I want to go to the ladies first before I even say anything. I'm curious. We'll go to you first, Steph, since you're on the first square. What are your comments response to hearing Scarlett Johansson say this?
Oh, she can shut up and shut the front door on the way out. This is freaking ridiculous. Okay, and I have lady lumps, so I'm allowed to say this. What's going through in my head when you're reading that out is, okay, so let's put it this way. Should every actress that's been a Bond girl come out and be like, oh, we got over-sexualized, blah, 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 and be all regretful and whatnot? No. Why? Because it was just part of the storyline, There's nothing wrong, okay, with females being over-sexualized if it's part of the storyline rather than it being shoehorned in, right? With Black Widow, when she came in, Iron Man 2, she came in as like a sleeping agent, like one of those agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. to spy on Iron Man, Tony Stark, and to get an in. And at the time in his evolution, right at the beginning, Tony Stark was a womanizer who was into a little bit more of the ladies. So S.H.I.E.L.D. had to send someone that was kind of dangling the carrot that he'd actually bite on. And that was Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. It was part of the storyline. They didn't just over-sexualize her for no damn reason. Do you know what I mean? So this is just woke BS as far as I'm concerned. Stupid.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, she used her sexuality in a smart way, is what I was going to say, and I'm glad you said it too. It's just like yes, she's sexualized, but it was sexualized for a reason. Unlike Fast and the Furious or some of that, where they're just like hot girls there for no purpose but to like wave the flag and like shake their booties. But even them, like, why judge them? They're whatever it is. But in this movie specifically, to just call her a piece of meat, I never got that vibe from her. She was sexy for sure. She was for sure sexy. But what's wrong with being sexy is a good question. We can't have sexy role models anymore. I mean, like, there are plenty of like overly sexy, I feel like useless role models in the world and influencers on Instagram and stuff. But Black Widow was a badass, and you realize she was using that to her advantage. So I completely agree. Stormy, let's get your 2 cents. What do you think of this?
I think it's BS, basically what she's saying. I think that when it comes to this, it's like you're basically shaming women in a way for being sexy or for, wearing the clothes that we wear and stuff like that. I mean, I never saw Black Widow as that, especially in the movie. And I'm going to be honest. I mean, she's just not a great actress. So I'm just wondering why she would bring it up now. Like, does she need to stay relevant or something like that? I just don't understand it. It's like, it was okay then, but it's not okay now. I just don't get it, because in the comic book, she, that's just the way she looked. I don't see the problem with it at all. And I just think that it's kind of, I don't know. She's just stupid. She needs to stop talking. She really does. It gets on my nerves. It's just like, if I see one more thing that says like we're being over sexualized for this and that, and it's like, okay, can I not go and like wear anything now? Can I not just put leather pants on for no reason? I mean, can I not just do that? I just don't get the point in that. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see that at all, because I thought that the way the Black Widow was portrayed was basically she had smarts as well as being sexy. So she wasn't a bimbo or anything like that. So she just needs to stop talking. She really does just need to stop it.
Yeah, and what's interesting is she wasn't. It's like Scarlett Johansson's one who's like. I felt like she was different because she's like one who's like gone against the curve to like defend Woody Allen, which is like not a very popular opinion, but like she made it very clear. Like, look, I talked to the guy. Like, I looked into this and like I was really concerned, and I looked into it, and I was like, you know what, there is some weird stuff about this, and you know, I know him, so I don't want to just sign him off. And it's like, wow. Good for you, like loyalty and like doing homework, like that's amazing. She was also one that was like, you know, caught as the acting in different race roles, and you know, and then it was, you know, I could play a tree. She was like sort of going against the grain there as well, of just like, wait, look, we're actors, we should be able to act as we want. After, and then she'd done Ghost of the Shell, which she got a lot of heat for. It just feels like she of all people knows, like, dude, why we can't? You're an actor, you did stuff. This is why you shitting on your character now. I just don't get it. I feel like she's been through enough that she would have been not so quick to like to just call out, yeah, the role was too sexy. What was the role? Like, what was the character then? That's the whole point of her sexiness. Made her, I think, cooler because she was using her sexiness to succeed. Like, she was smarter than the men in Iron Man 2, if anything. Like, she tricked Tony Stark. Like, that to me was what was impressive of like, yeah, she's sexy, but she knows like I'm going to use my sexiness. That's what the school was about. That's what the Black Widow character, she's always been sexy in the comics and everything. Like what she was not supposed to be sexy. This is just weird to me. I mean, she has a point of like, we want nice, you know, things for her. I agree now, I guess Scarlett, she doesn't have to keep being sexy. The character can evolve. But I don't see why she has to downgrade or sort of seemingly say, yeah, it wasn't good, you know, because she is sort of saying like, yeah, she was a piece of meat. Don, now I am curious from another male perspective. Did you find her a piece of meat? Don, what did you think?
Yes, of course. But that's
really?
As
I
Stormy
didn't.
and
Well, that's
as Stormy
interesting, 'cause
has.
I didn't.
No, but and I'm coming back as a comic book perspective now, and in the character of herself, she is considered a piece of meat a lot of times, and that's always a joke. Like if you watch Robot Chicken and everything, that she is a piece of meat. But like Stormy has said, and I'm going to agree on this, that there is more beneath that facade. She is a character that uses that to her advantage, to get the advantage on the people, to make them think less of her so that she will take the advantage and to win. It's basically what she was trained to do as an assassin and a spy. That's what she was good at. And she's beyond that in many ways. So in that concept, yes, she is absolutely a piece of meat. Is she more than a piece of meat? 100%. Is Johansson wrong in this statement in the sense that she agrees that, yes, she was considered a piece of meat because that's how Tony Stark saw her? 100% right. And the evolution of her character and that being better overall, I think that's wrong. She needed to focus on what the character was and that people can now see that she is more than that. Not that they're evolving her character and making her better. She was fantastic back in the day. I remember her in the comics in the 80s when she had the great outfit. It was like this slim, tight outfit. And it was, if you thought Scarlett's outfit was slim, tight back in the 80s, man, that was slim, tight. And all she had was this bracelet, and that's it. But she had this bob cut. Basically, she was badass even back then. And no one questioned the Black Widow when
Steph,
she came into a room.
Do you agree with Don? Do you think she's a piece of meat? And while you're thinking about that, just say hello, Steph, so you're on screen too.
Hello.
There we go. I just have to click to your full screen.
Ayo.
As you think about that, I just want to thank Four Donut Productions.
I'd buy that for
Thank you,
$1.
Four Donut. Woo! Donation tonight from Four Donut Productions. If Black Widow is bad, do you think MCU fans will start to leave, along with the disappointment of WandaVision and the failure of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? No. Marvel fans will never leave. I've learned they just don't. They don't care what it is. They will inject it in their veins and accept it and love it no matter what it is. Like Marvel fans. So no,
guy.
I don't agree that MCU fans will give up. And there's no way look, WandaVision wasn't that bad. I just was frustrated with WandaVision, but I don't think I've seen worse television in my life. Like there were some cool sequences in WandaVision. For sure. I love the scene with Wanda, and there was a couple moments I did enjoy, and I was like, I wanted to enjoy it, but there's way worse in the world. I would rather watch WandaVision than Snyder Cut. I'll be honest. So it's like, it is what it is. So no, and I don't think Black Widow, even when John was on from Nerd Reactor, sort of dumping on it, even he was like, look, it's not the worst thing in the world, but he was disappointed. I think we've had set up higher standards for MCU, and it's going to be hard to attain those every movie. But no, they're not going to give up. I mean, some fans will check out, but I don't think they were true fans. Like they were sort of probably in and out fans. But like an MCU fan, I don't see them giving up. Even when I'm disappointed, I'm still going to keep watching this show. You crazy? The MCU is a big television show. I don't want to lose track of what's going on. But thank you for that donation. And quickly, Bustin Cider. This is Muddit. Read the name. Damn it! Damn it! Did I say Bustin? Oh, he got me! Damn it! Muddit, bravo! He sent a whole account to make me say Bustin' Cider. God damn it, Muddit. Cheers to Muddit. He's been trying for weeks to get me, and he did it on a $2 super chat from a different name. Totally just didn't. Bravo, sir. Bravo, sir. There it is. That impressive.
Dedication to the cause, that one.
I've been.
Gotta respect.
He almost
it.
had me that one other time too, but yeah, you got me with Bustin' Cider. Yeah, that was a good one. This is Muddit. Read the name. I didn't even read that first. If you hadn't said that, I wouldn't have. I almost gave it away. Anyway, bravo. Sorry, one more quick one for Michael Caratu, and then I want to go back to you, Steph. Is she a piece of meat? Michael Caratu, thank you for the Cash App. Another good way to pay, guys. So thank you, Michael Caratu. Why do people always complain after the payday? Great question. Because they can at that point, is my guess. Steph, what do you think? Why do they complain, and do you think she's a piece of meat? I want to hear your thoughts.
So, yes, she is, but that's part of her power. Being sexy and being attractive and good looking and over sexualized does not make it wholly a bad thing. It can be a power that can be used to strengthen a woman and strengthen a position. That's not necessarily a bad thing, to be fair. And at the end of the day, she is a spy in the organisation of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time. Whatever they gave her as a project, a thing to do, she needed to make sure that she achieved that by any means necessary. So if that's part of her power, more power to her then for using it in the first place. Like, what is the problem with that? There is no problem whatsoever. It's just we are now in this woke BS cancel culture society that I suppose it's a case of, I suppose according to her really, if you wear a skirt and it's above your knee, you're over-sexualized now. What the deuce? It's insulting in a way for women for her to come out with this BS as far as I'm concerned. And in regards to why she's coming out now, she's jumping on the bandwagon, as a lot of them are doing at the moment, to make sure that they're relevant, to make sure that they're still liked, and all this malarkey. It's the cool and the hip thing at the moment in Hollywood to be woke and to be with the cancel culture mob. So she's there with them right now, and I lose all respect for her for doing that in the first place.
I mean, to be fair, the only thing I'm going to say in her defense, and I'm like, she was asked, like someone put her and asked her about it. There's a sexualization of superheroes, and the reality is, yeah, there is a sexualization of Black Widow. So I was with her, but yeah, when she's like, it's this part that really just sort of annoys me. Well, it was fun. Character is so sexualized, she's treated like a piece of something, like a possession. I didn't buy that. She as a character is allowing herself to do that for these idiot men to achieve her own goals. So I never felt like she was just a possession. There are women, so many women in movies that are just complete nothing burger characters, right? That are just there to satisfy the men. And I never felt that way about Black Widow. I always felt like she had a greater goal. She was always in control of the men. Like she had them wrapped around her finger to do whatever she needed. Like, and she had the choice, right? I that's how I always saw her. So I don't agree with her at all that she was just a piece of meat. Like, sure, she uses herself as a piece of meat. Like she sexifies herself to get Tony to sort of let his guard down and be impressed, because she knows, like a spy would, right? Like James Bond, a man would. James Bond opens up his shirt and opens up his chest hair, like, and all the women are like, oh, even like clerks at the desk are like, oh my God. Like, it goes both ways, you know? And she, of course, used her good looks to achieve the goals, right? So you were going to say something, Steph.
Yeah, you said something and I want to pick up on it. You said, look, you know, she was asked this. So that's why she made these comments in the first place. No. It's her making the comments is not on the part of the interviewer asking that question in the first place. The interviewer can ask that question all day long. It's her agency, it's her responsibility, the words that come out of her own damn mouth at the end of the day. She could have answered this a zillion other ways. She chose this answer, the woke PC BS answer. She could have turned around and said, yeah, Black Widow was over-sexualized, but that's what happens in the comics, so it's staying true to that. And the over-sexualization, that's her power. That's part of it. It's part of what she does. It's part of her power, and it's empowering for her and other women in the first place. So, yeah.
That's the biggest point I was trying to get at. Exactly. Like, she's making herself a piece of meat to control and to have her own control over the men. And I think that's such a big point of it. And I think that's where I wish she would have just stood up and be like, yeah, look, women can be sexy. They're allowed to be sexy. They shouldn't it'd be nice when characters aren't only sexy, but I never felt she was only sexy. She definitely ups her sex appeal in the beginning of those movies just because she was trying to get the attention. And that's the way it was back then. And, you know, no regrets. And then she could say, look, I enjoy and love how she's evolved as a character now. We don't have to rely on that anymore because the story's changed. And I think that would have been a great way to do it. But I agree. Her regret for, oh, yeah, look back and I'm just a sex pot and I'm just a piece of meat. I agree with you. That's where it shifts. And I'm frustrated that she didn't just... she usually is pretty good at these, and she'll go against the grain and stand up against this stuff. But in this case, she didn't. So it's frustrating. Stormy, any other thoughts from you as we wrap up this topic?
Yes. Two things. The character in the comic books is more than just her sex appeal. She has a lot more depth than that, and I'll leave it at that. But also for the super chat, when it comes to that if Scarlett Johansson is a bad actress, just because I don't like an actress doesn't mean I state that they're bad or anything like that. And to make a point of 2 Oscars, we already know where the Oscars come from. So it's not really based on talent, my sweethearts. But
well, let's read that. Tony Clon, thank you, Tony.
For $1.
Tony saying, not really a ScarJo fan. I'm not sure if I agree with you guys, but as for Stormy's point, she's not a bad actor. For 2019, she was nominated for 2 Oscars. She did her best acting in 2019. I agree.
Yeah.
Marriage Story and Jojo Rabbit were the first time I was like, wow, she's actually, I think, grown tremendously as an actor. But I agree. Back in the early days, she was very generic of an actor, especially in those Black Widow movies. But yeah, the Oscars don't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, I just think that she's more than just, I think that she's just, the character Black Widow is far more than what is sexualized or what they portray in the actual movies. And so I just think that she used a poor wording whenever they asked her that question. So I will go ahead and just state that, again, I just wonder why she said it. Is it because Black Widow is somewhat getting not that great of reviews and she has to basically say, oh, I didn't like this? That's the only reason I can think of at that point. But other than that, wish the woman the best of luck in life, but she just needs to stop it. Again, you need to like either have some drinks or something to kill the bug that's up there or remove the stick that's up there. And that's my only ending statement when I say that.
Wow, very well said. And Marcus said something interesting here too. Thank you, Marcus. I want to thank Marcus because he showed up to I was on Jesse's stream the other night, and he just dropped $100 while I was on that stream in the cat. So thank you, Marcus. I owe you one of these. Here we go. As always, Marcus, my man. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I need some of your music cues, Steph. My friend keeps blowing me off. I need to get some more celebration cues. But Marcus also just said another $5, so thank you.
I'd buy that for $1.
And he said, only person, this is a fair point, only person who was a piece of meat in Iron Man was the news reporter. Leslie Bibb, I believe, played her. Tony slept with just because she was there. That's a piece of meat. I agree.
Yes.
The news reporter was not a very good female character. I would agree with that. She's just sort of like, hey, I'm here to, and fine, I'll sleep with you. Like totally negated her power. Just to sort of do it. And I agree that was not the best role. And then it really never amounts to much else. So I agree, Marcus. That character was not the greatest female character, but I think Black Widow was. Thank you for that, Marcus, and always all your support. And then Lewis popped in as we were here. What's up, Lewis? You're not a lady.
What up, man? Just
So-
listening to the great conversation.
Do
I don't
you,
want to step on the ladies' opinions and stuff like that. So
Any final thought from you though? Just because you did that,
I think the only way you could desexualize Scarlett Johansson is by covering her lips because she has beautiful lips. And you know what, man? Imagine if Henry Cavill came on and said this, man. So many guys have been doing superhero things with the spandex tight around the nutsack right there in the screen.
Well, yeah, someone said in the chat
on
like
that.
Chris Evans
It
is
makes-
just as sexualized, right? America's
And
ass.
what's this? Is Hollywood liberal? I'm confused because part of being liberal is dress however the F you want, right?
Right. Stop.
And if
stop
somebody
judging.
gets out of hand with Scarlett, that's their fault for not having self-control, right? Dress comfortably, whatever you want. It is what it is. But hey, you know what? She wants to say that it's all good. I'm confused about it, but hey,
I think well said. We got excuse me. We got so much
Stefania!
more. We got so much more to talk about. We got a full panel now. So happy to have the ladies though lead tonight's conversations. And right next we're going into the Victoria's Secret Angels. They got fired. They're done. What? So we're gonna talk about that next. But I think this was such a long conversation. I'm gonna clip this one. If you want to come watch that, you should become a member. Why aren't you a member, guys? Shouldn't they become a member? We got lots more watch parties, so much more fun stuff when you become a member here, Popcorn Planet, and you support the channel is the most important thing. So I think Ed also last night became an investor while we were. So thank you while we were there. So thank you that. Let's get some more members tonight. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We're not done, but I'm clipping this for YouTube. If you want to catch the rest of the show, go on over there. I'll try and put the members only link there as well as some other stuff. Hit the subscribe, hit the watch. Thank you guys so much for watching on the replays. Live audience, you're the best. Always catch us here Thursdays, Tuesdays at 9 p.m.